You're not overwhelmed by life. You're overwhelmed by your mind. And if that hit you a little deeper than expected, it's probably because you've been carrying more than you realize. Not physically. Mentally. Too many thoughts. Too many expectations. Constantly thinking about what you should be doing. What you could be doing. What you didn't do. What might go wrong. Your mind never really turns off. It just shifts from one thought to the next. And over time, that creates a kind of exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. Because this isn't physical tiredness. It's mental overload. And most people don't recognize it. They think they need more discipline, more motivation, more structure. But the truth is, your brain wasn't built for constant pressure. It wasn't designed to process non-stop input, non-stop comparison, non-stop expectation. And yet, that's exactly how most people are living. Always thinking. Always analyzing. Always trying to figure everything out. You keep trying to solve your life inside your head. And it feels productive at first. Like if you just think a little harder, you'll finally find clarity. But what actually happens is you exhaust yourself more. Because overthinking doesn't create clarity. It creates noise. It creates confusion. It creates pressure. And the more pressure you feel, the harder it becomes to think clearly. So you end up stuck in a loop. Thinking more. Feeling worse. Trying harder. Getting more drained. And at some point, you start to feel like something is wrong with you. Like you're behind. Like you're not doing enough. Like you should be able to handle this. But nothing is wrong with you. You're just overwhelmed. And here's the shift that changes everything. Clarity doesn't come from forcing answers. It comes from slowing down. Let that sink in. You don't find peace by thinking more. You find it by creating space. Because when your mind is constantly full, there's no room for clarity to exist. That's why forcing solutions never works. You can't pressure your way into alignment. And this is where most people get stuck. They think control will fix it. If they just plan better, organize more, stay more disciplined, then everything will finally feel easier. But control isn't the answer. Calm is. You don't need more control. You need less internal chaos. You need a moment where your mind can breathe. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a full life reset. You don't need to disappear for a week. You just need to start small. One of the simplest things you can do is write everything down. Every thought. Every worry. Every what if. Get it out of your head and onto something physical. Because your mind was never meant to hold everything. It was meant to process, not store. And when you start releasing those thoughts, even just a little, something shifts. The noise quiets down. The pressure softens. And suddenly, you can think again. Clearly. Because less mental noise creates more energy. Not because you're doing less, but because you're no longer fighting your own mind. And that's the part most people miss. They think energy comes from doing more. But real energy comes from alignment. From clarity. From calm. From not being in constant resistance with yourself. So if you've been feeling drained lately, it might not be your life. It might not be your schedule. It might not even be your responsibilities. It might just be the weight of everything happening inside your mind. And the moment you start creating space, even just a little, you begin to feel like yourself again. Not because everything around you changed, but because something within you did. And that's where everything starts. So if this resonated with you, if you're ready to stop feeling stuck in your head and start feeling clear again, go to the link in the bio and get The Art of Becoming Aligned, the manifestation guide and planner. It's designed to help you move out of mental overload and into clarity, structure, and alignment, step by step. And if you want more content like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.